This is CMSportsNet, brought to you by Carroll Lynx.
Thanks for joining us on CMSportsNet's Fall Wrap-Up Show. I'm Mike Preston, and with me is Bill McKenna.
Mike, thanks very much. Enjoy being with you again this year.
Well, glad to have you, Bill. Today, we'll take a look back at the 2019 season for the Westminster girls soccer team, the Owls football team, and the inaugural season for the Carroll Lynx men's soccer team. We've got a lot to cover, so let's start things off with some highlights of the Westminster girls soccer season.
Westminster Owls offense took possession of the ball from the start, but Wooten's goalie was an absolute wall. It wasn't until 21 minutes into the first half that Owls' Faith Chmielewski was able to score. Owls keeper Sydney Hetrick stays aggressive for the Owls as both defenses were strong for this entire game. What was surely the shot of the game, maybe the season, Elsa Schoberg rifles the ball to the back of the net to give the Owls a 2-0 lead. It was a strong defensive battle most of the night, but the Lady Owls of Westminster prevailed with a narrow win, 3-2. It was stellar defense throughout the game for the Eagles, as the Owls had a hard time finding a way to put the ball in the net. Owls' Emily Davis crosses the ball from midfield for the offense to put a good head on the ball as they score their first goal of the game. The Owls extend their lead on a laser free kick from 25 yards away, 2-0, Westminster. It was all Westminster as the Lady Owls offense was able to get through the Eagles' tight defense. The game ended 2-0, Westminster. The offense from both teams came out firing with this one, but both attacks by each team missed goals as their keepers on either side denied shot after shot. The Owls commit a crucial penalty. Number 15, Taylor Dads, takes a free kick from the corner of the penalty box, but the Owls' defense is there to clear the ball. The Maverick defense commits an error of their own in what leads to a tense free kick, but the Owls are unable to connect the kick for the win. After an absolute grueling evening in Manchester with 2 overtimes, the match eventually ends in a tie 0-0.
Joining us now is Danielle Midkiff, coach of the Westminster girls soccer team. Danielle, thanks for joining us today, and talk a little bit about the challenges of this past season.
So this is my second year coaching at Westminster, and we graduated the previous year 12 seniors. So I think that in and of itself was a huge challenge that we had, 12 kind of shoes to, holes to fill. So that was a challenge. I think another challenge was just the fact that we had a lot of really close games that we just didn't come out on top, that we would lose by 1 or lose by 2, but super, super close games that we just felt really unlucky a lot during the season.
Danielle, I'm sure you had a lot of great players on the team, but were there any
Absolutely.
key players in your mind?
So I think our 5 seniors were hugely key players just because they kept the team motivated, and we didn't have a great season, but somehow they kept the spirit of the team up and they kept us going. Also, we had Elsa Schoberg was one of our middle midfielders, and she was honored as first team for the All-County, and then she was first team CCAL, like coach's choice. So I think she was definitely a key player.
Notice you had some great defensive efforts against Wooten, Key, and Manchester Valley. How did you build and stimulate your offense?
That was a challenge this year. We definitely had a challenge finding the goal, but I think our defense really stepped up. We had pretty much all of our defenders were non-starters last year, minus we had 2 seniors who kind of played equal time last year. So I think they really stepped up to move the ball to midfield, and then I really think it was our midfield. Like, we had great outside midfielders with Lauren Saltz, and Faith was great on the outside, and then we had Elsa in the middle with Kate, and then Emily Davis, who was second team All-County. So I think our midfield really helped move it up and create some offense there. So most of our goals came from the midfield playing it forward to those offensive players and looking for those crosses and those shots.
Wow. So what can we expect for next year?
Hopefully lots of better things than this year. I'm hoping that we find the goal next year. That's really, I think defensively we're going to be really strong next year because we have all of these juniors are now returning as seniors next year. So we should be really strong defensively. Our midfield should be really strong next year, and hopefully we can just find the net next year and find the goal. Yeah.
So you're going to do a lot of camps during the summer?
Yeah, so during the summer, one of the things we started last year that I think was super successful is we do summer workouts just with our high school girls. We usually go to one team camp during the summer. But the other thing that we started doing last year is for the two of the local club teams for WSA and for Central Carroll, we started where the high school girls actually ran camps for the little girls in the area. And we're hoping to do a lot more of that and spread that this year.
So how much more time do you have to give as a coach?
Yeah.
Probably a lot more time. But I love the game of soccer, and the game of soccer has given so much to me, and I love giving back.
All righty. Well, good luck next season.
Thank you so much
for showing up. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much.
So how did the rest of the Girls Soccer League fare this season? Here with a league review is Megan Woodward from the Carroll County Times.
Century posted one of its best seasons in school history this fall, with a perfect 13-0 regular season record and an appearance in the Class 2A state semifinals. The Knights lost to Calvert 1-0 in overtime and finished 16-1. Sophomore Haley Greenwade led the county with 52 points, 23 goals, and 4 assists, and was named the Times Player of the Year. The Knights registered 11 shutouts. Francis Scott Key faced some struggles this fall and finished 3-10, but landed one of the county's top scorers on the all-county first team in senior Marina Weller. Senior Alana Ray helped lead Liberty to a 12-4 record and an appearance in the second round of the 2A West playoffs. The Lions registered 7 shutouts this fall. Manchester Valley posted a 6-2 record and suffered a double overtime loss to county foe Westminster in the 3A East playoffs. South Carroll was led by all-countians Brooke Flanagan and Peyton Galucki this fall, and the Cavaliers finished with a 10-3 record after suffering a first-round playoff loss to Glenelg in penalty kicks. Westminster junior Elsa Schoberg netted the game winner in the Owls' double overtime playoff win over Man Valley, and the Owls finished the season with 5 wins. Winners Mill won 3 straight late games in the season to get to 500. The Falcons lost to Oakland Mills in the first round of the 2A West playoffs and finished the year 6-7.
Thank you, Megan. When we come back, it's all about the new kids on the block, the Carroll County Lynx men's soccer team. Coach Tom O'Brien will be here to tell us all about their inaugural season. So don't go away. CMSportsNet will be right back.